Welcome back. Every Thursday on News 9 here at 9 a.m., we are going in depth with Oklahoma City Police Chief Wade Gurley.
This week, we're talking about the impact the department's Crimestoppers program is having on metro crime. Here's Lisa Monahan.
Well, every week we sit down with Oklahoma City Police Chief Wade Gurley, and this week we're talking about the department's Crimestopper program. I know people hear us talk about that phone number often, almost daily in our newscast, but what does the program actually do?
The Crimestoppers program is actually staffed by one of our police sergeants. She works very closely with our investigative units and with patrol officers and anywhere that we're getting tips from the public in reference to a case that we're working, and putting that information out so that we can get those tips from individuals in the community.
Well, I know that the program has had some success over the last 2 years. We've got some of those stats when it comes to those cases. You could talk about how the tips people submit actually help crack cases, like you're seeing these numbers right here.
Yeah, sure. In 2020, we had 229 tips come in, 191 last year, and so far this year we've had 158. Those tips are coming in from a wide variety of ways. Sometimes we may have video of a crime that's occurred, and we're putting that video out so that people can try to recognize a suspect. Sometimes folks, they'll text in, they'll call, they'll message us through social media. So the tips come in a wide variety of ways, and they really help solve a lot of our cases.
I know it's not just about solving cases, though. In some instances, you guys have been able to pull dirty money, guns, and things like that off the streets.
Absolutely, and that's one thing that's interesting is people will call that Crimestoppers number or again text in or messages to report things that they've seen in the community that are going on. Like last year, we seized 355,000. So far this year, we seized $355,000 in cash. And a large amount of drug proceeds as well, and 61 guns off the street. And what's interesting about that is oftentimes people are calling in because of something they've seen in their neighborhood. It may be a drug house or a house where stolen cars are present, or you know, stolen property. And it's just it's a really good thing for the community. People can remain anonymous, and people are a lot more willing to get involved if they know, that they're not going to be identified as the one that called in the tip.
So certainly encouraging people to make those phone calls. If you see something, say something, and that's the place to do it.
Absolutely.
Chief, thanks so much for being with us this morning. You guys can chime in on the conversation by emailing your questions to chatwiththechief@griffin.news. We'll see you next week.